Healthy humans, hello! Welcome back to my channel. It's Kara here. I'm Kara, I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner and an NLP master practitioner. I'm very pumped for today's video because this is my favorite topic basically of all time, and it's digestion. I know a lot of us struggle with digestive issues. It's actually kind of crazy. IBS is on the rise. More and more people are getting diagnosed with IBS or experience digestive symptoms like constipation, diarrhea, gas, bloating, abdominal cramps. More people are being diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, and digestive related diseases are really on the rise. But it's also really interesting because research about the microbiome and how much our gut health really plays into our overall health is also on the rise. If you've watched any number of my videos, you know that I've dealt with digestive issues like constipation and chronic bloating. However, over the years, that has gotten so much better. But today's video is going to be a list of all of the hacks that I have come up with if you are struggling with your digestion, and these are kind of specifically geared towards bloating, gas, constipation, but a lot of these remedies, and I'm calling them remedies and we'll figure out why in a second, could help with other IBS symptoms as well. Insert disclaimer here. Although I'm a nutritionist, I am not your nutritional therapy practitioner, so I'm not saying that you should do these, nor are these remedies cures for any of your digestive ailments. These are just things that have really helped me over the years when I've been struggling with bloating, with constipation, with gas, with pains in my stomach. And a lot of these are quick fixes, meaning they don't address the root cause of the problem. So for example, if you're experiencing chronic bloating, but one of these remedies helps you with that bloating, and then you stop doing this remedy and the bloating comes back, that's probably a sign that there needs to be somebody looking deeper at this issue. Why are you bloating? Is there a lack of stomach acid? A lack of digestive enzymes? Are you stressed when you're eating? Do you have parasitic or bacterial infections in the gut? Is there something in the diet that needs to be addressed? There are a lot of different root cause approaches as to why your digestion may be off. And today we're not really talking about any of those. We may touch on one or two, but some remedies that help my digestion feel healthy and feel regular on the day-to-day basis. I'm also working on addressing my own root cause approaches. Having some of these things up your sleeve and in your toolkit can be so beneficial to contributing to healthy digestion if you struggle. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get into all these digestion hacks. The first one, a little bit scary. Do you know what this is? Coffee enemas. I don't even know where to start with this one because I feel like coffee enemas get a bad rap, you know? And I definitely gave shit to the coffee enema. I'm an NTP. I have a lot of other friends who are NTPs and nutritionists, and we got together for a workshop weekend a couple months ago, and they just kept raving and raving about coffee enemas. I bought this kit off Amazon through Aussie Health, and I'll have everything in this video linked down below. Some of these things are affiliate links, so if you do choose to purchase them through that link, that would help me out, but you also don't have to purchase it. It doesn't matter to me. But the coffee enema kit, it is a bucket, and then it has this tube, and this tube is like 6 foot long. And then there is an insertion that you put up your rectum. This is an uncomfortable conversation. I recommend that you buy a really high quality organic mold tested coffee, and I'll link the one that I have down below too. It provides this warm flow into your colon, and it starts to loosen the stool that may be in the large intestine, and it helps the large intestines contract so you can produce a bowel movement. Now, I know what you're thinking, Kara, I'm not putting something up my butt. I know, I was there too. Now I do coffee enemas about 1 to 2 times a week or none at all. Coffee enemas, because of the caffeine in coffee, can actually help stimulate more glutathione production by the liver, which is really great for detoxification and protecting yourself from free radicals. Glutathione is like a master antioxidant, and a lot of us aren't producing enough glutathione, and it's strengthening that cellular communication between the colon and the liver. I'll put some more resources on coffee enemas below, but I love these. They're my saving grace whenever I absolutely feel like shit. So Go figure. If you want me to do a whole video on coffee enemas, I've thought about it, because there's no way I can describe it all in this video, like no way. So let me know down below if that's something that you would like to see. Number 2 is a super simple hack, and if you've watched any of my videos or morning routines or what I eat in a day, this is essential, and that is drinking warm water right when you wake up. Now, I have to be completely honest, I don't know the science behind warm versus cold, but I know in Ayurveda, warm beverages and warming spices also help to build the fire in your digestion. No, it does not have to be lemon water. Don't believe this huge hype that lemon water is like a miracle drink. It's not. But right when I wake up in the morning, I drink a big mug. Like my mug is probably like 20 ounces of water, of warm water. Not lukewarm, not hot, but like warm, and I drink it quickly. I don't know what kind of voodoo ass magic this does, but it just wakes up your digestive system and your bowels start to stimulate. Seriously, try it for a week. You will thank me. Number 3 is coffee. And I know we've already talked about coffee enemas, and yeah, you could just do a coffee enema and like not drink coffee. That's fine, I guess, but why? And my favorite coffee in the whole entire world is Organo King coffee. I have to be completely honest, when I first tried this stuff like months and months ago, I did not understand the hype. I really liked the taste and the energy that this coffee gave me, but I didn't understand, like I just didn't feel this immediate relief that all my friends were talking about. But then I ran out of this stuff and I drank normal coffee and my digestion felt terrible. Not only was I really bloated, I felt disgusting, my stomach was gurgling all day and I had really bad anxiety. So this Organo King coffee has Ganoderma, which is reishi mushroom, which acts as an adaptogen on the body, and this one specifically has the spores, which are more potent than the actual mushroom itself, like 75 times more potent than the mushroom itself. And the reishi mushroom has shown benefits to help digestion as well, and I definitely notice a difference when I drink this coffee versus normal coffee. So if you're interested in learning more about this, I have a link down below for you. I'm a coffee lover and I love lattes and I love espresso, but the way they make me feel is not ideal, so this is an amazing choice for a daily coffee. The reishi mushroom also helps adjust the pH and make it more alkaline so you don't get those tummy issues. Number 4 is something that you see all over the internet, and that is intermittent fasting. I've never made a sole video about intermittent fasting on here because I never really understood where I stood with intermittent fasting, but just recently, because my health has gotten better, I've been dabbling a little bit more into intermittent fasting, and it's absolutely fantastic for bloating and for constipation. First of all, intermittent fasting is exactly what it sounds like. You are eating for a specific window of time and then not eating for a larger window of time. So for example, I probably stop eating dinner around 8 p.m. and then I don't eat my next meal until noon. I don't do this every single day, but I would say like 4 to 5 out of the days of the week, I am intermittent fasting. Here's why intermittent fasting works for bloating and constipation. There's something in the gut called the MMC, which is the migrating motor complex. This migrating motor complex stimulates a bowel movement and also has a lot of other functions that it is responsible for. The migrating motor complex can't really happen if you are eating all the time. I believe that it takes about 3 to 4 hours of not eating in order to activate this migrating motor complex. So if you are eating all day long or snacking all day long, that migrating motor complex can't come along and sweep the bacteria into the large intestine, and it can't stimulate a bowel movement. So by having a longer fasting window of not eating, you're stimulating that MMC and your digestion isn't working as hard. It's not for everybody, and I don't recommend that everyone does it, but right now in my life, I think it's been really great. Intermittent fasting can also help be a long-term solution for bloating, because if you have things like SIBO, there's bacteria that's in the small intestine that doesn't belong there, and the migrating motor complex needs to come in and sweep that bacteria into the large intestine. But if you're not giving yourself enough time of a fasting window, the MMC can't do that. So you're going to feel bloated, lethargic, and most likely constipated. Okay, number 5 is probiotics, but not just probiotics. Don't click off. It's not just any probiotics. I know that there are tons and tons of studies on probiotics and how they can really benefit people, but personally, I never experienced like a huge benefit from taking probiotics. In fact, sometimes I felt worse when I took probiotics. So I was very skeptical of this probiotic company when they came and I watched them do something at a conference. They did a talk, and that is Megaspore. Can you see that? My battery died, so sorry if the angle is a little bit different, but Megaspore, it's a very different type of probiotic compared to the probiotics that you're gonna find on your grocery store shelves. And in fact, I don't really recommend that you just go pick up any probiotic off of the grocery store shelf. Megaspore is by Microbiome Labs, and it's different because they are spore-based probiotics. Most probiotics are made in a lab in a large batch, and then by the time they're put into capsules, they're already dead, and then by the time that they pass through your stomach acid, they're even more dead. So they're actually not able to colonize in the gut and create that ecosystem of the bacteria that you need. The good news is that conventional probiotics, even though they're basically dead by the time that they get into the large intestine, they do provide immune modulatory effects, and studies have shown that. Spore-based probiotics are able to go through stomach acid, through bile, and through the digestive process and actually begin to colonize in the large intestine. Maybe that's why I felt such amazing effects from these probiotics. My bloating went down within 1 week just after taking Megaspore. And I do want to say that these are practitioner grade supplements. So if this is something that you're interested in, you would have to message me because I have a practitioner account. You could find a practitioner that sells Megaspore. Now you could just get the probiotic on its own itself and start taking it. And by the way, it's very powerful. It's a different type of probiotic. So really go easy on this. Take one like every other day or every 3 days in the very beginning and work yourself up to one a day. But recently, I also started to implement some other products from their line. This is their prebiotic. I haven't opened this package yet, but it tastes really good. I've been taking it for a couple months. It's good to add a prebiotic to your probiotic because probiotics feed off of prebiotics. It can help them colonize. And then this is really like the cake, the icing on the cake for me. This is the Microbe Labs Mega Mucosa. In the small intestine, what happens is that our mucosal barrier can get damaged. We could have something called leaky gut, where the super tight junctions in the small intestine are opening and allowing food particles and other things to pass through into the bloodstream and create an immune response. You need healthy mucosa in your gut, but this together, magic combination. I've been doing this for the past 4-ish months. It could be longer, I don't know, I haven't been keeping track, but my digestion has gotten significantly better over time. And this would be a good example of a more root cause approach, because maybe you have damaged mucosa or leaky gut. Maybe you need a probiotic because you have an imbalance in your gut. So this is a good example of a root cause approach and not really just a band-aid. Number 6, and this is where it gets kind of weird. Number 6 is basically a stomach lymphatic massage. And I don't know how to show you this, but I'm just gonna show it to you. So I found this on Instagram about a year ago or 2 years ago. I was really struggling with chronic constipation. I didn't find coffee enemas yet. I wish I found it at that time in my life. And I found on Instagram this woman showing you how to do a lymphatic massage for your stomach, and she swore that this helped with gas, it helped with bloating, it helped with constipation. So I started to do it religiously every single day. I'm just gonna show you guys how we do this, and this might be kind of awkward. So you've got your stomach here, but your colon runs along the outside of your stomach like this, right? And on the inside is like your small intestines and all that kind of stuff. So right here is something called the ileocecal valve, where your large intestine connects to your small intestine. And sometimes it's really congested here. So I actually just go in clockwise motions massage the ileocecal valve with like medium to light pressure. And I do this for about 30 seconds. And then I go into the massage, which is basically going up, over, and down the colon. Up, over, and down. Up, over, and down. And ideally, I do this with lotion. It's not comfortable just doing it on your bare hand. I'm not kidding, it feels so good. Things start to move around in your stomach. The gas starts to come out. I've been doing this like lymphatic stomach massage for I don't know, a couple years now, and it's been really, really helpful, especially when I'm having acute type symptoms. But I still do it like every night before I go to bed because it just relaxes your stomach, and sometimes it really actually helps you have a bowel movement in the morning. Okay, we have 2 more hacks left, and the last 2 aren't really hacks. They're more root cause, lifestyle type of changes that I think are really needed if you have something like IBS or any type of digestive ailment. And number 1 is addressing your stress. Stress can be a really huge trigger for a lot of people's digestive issues, mainly because when we are stressed or in a stressful situation, it raises a hormone called cortisol. And when cortisol is elevated, digestion doesn't happen. There's a reason for the phrase rest and digest, because your body has to be in a parasympathetic, relaxed mode in order to actually digest properly. When cortisol is spiked, you are in your sympathetic nervous system, so digestion literally can't happen to its max potential when you are in a stressful frame of mind. Learning how to manage your stress can be really, really helpful, and I recommend just taking some deep breaths before you start any meal. Before I start eating, I usually take a second in my head to present gratitude for the meal and just take a couple deep cleansing breaths to let my brain and my body know it's okay, we're safe, we're resting, you can digest now. Sometimes your own emotions and your feelings can be causing digestive issues, and until you resolve those emotional traumas or the emotions that you have harbored in your body, sometimes the physical ailments just don't get better. Here's my last hack. It's kind of a hack, kind of not, and that's diet. I'm not gonna go too in depth here, but one big game changer for me has been discerning if I need high fiber or if I need low fiber. I know that I've had parasites in the past and bacterial overgrowths in the past, so I probably don't have the right ecosystem in the gut to fully digest and process certain sugars and fibers that are in vegetables and other plant matters. That doesn't mean I don't eat any vegetables at all. It doesn't mean I don't eat plants. I just keep my fiber a lot lower than what I used to be or what like a vegan would do, and I definitely don't drink fiber powders or anything like that. Other people thrive off of high fiber diets because they actually have the right balance of bacteria to break down the fiber. Fiber in itself is not actually broken down in the body. It's bacteria that have to digest the fiber for you. And really just focus on high quality protein, fat, and then put some vegetables on the plate, but don't go cray and don't eat a whole jar of almond butter. Okay guys, it's getting really dark outside now and I don't want to lose light, but I hope that these digestion hacks helped you. Remember, please don't try all of these at once. That would be crazy and your stomach would probably absolutely freak out because that's too much change. If you like this video, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!